there was a YouTuber by the name of Tactikaltemplar that kind of made Jesus seem pretty cool.
Brothers, it appears the internet retards are mad at Asmongold once again because Asmongold said something that was true, that was not in line with their quote-unquote popular sentiment. So they're lashing out, they're raging, they're caterwauling, complaining, oh my God, can you believe that Asmongold said this? Well, yeah, I can, because what he said about Trump is absolutely true. Aside from the Epstein stuff, Trump is doing exactly what he said he would do. Now, these people on the left live in this delusion. Now, I think part of it is mental illness. I think part of it is drugs. I think part of it is lack of any solid principles or foundation. The further that you get away from God, the more that you see people like this that are just some of the worst, most disgusting, self-serving, self-worshipping, degenerate, low IQ, homunculus creeps to ever ooze their way across the planet. So, someone named Dylan Burns. I don't know who this person is. I don't care to know who this person is. They've got two of the most retarded flags in the world in their name that immediately disqualifies any opinion that they have on any topic. He says, Trump said he would end the war in Ukraine in 24 hours and the war in Gaza. Well, the war in Gaza looks like it's coming to an end relatively quick. It took him a little longer than he thought, but Trump has ended at this point, 7 wars? 7 wars? Of course, this probably stoned, low IQ, degenerate, homunculus retard, this troglodyte freak, doesn't know about any of that. No, the only thing that this guy knows about is what he sees on mainstream news or what he gets fed to him from fucking Reddit. This guy doesn't know about any of the conflicts that Trump has ended. No, he doesn't know, he doesn't care. Just feed me the anti-Trump propaganda that I like. Trump said that he would bring down grocery prices, which is exactly what he did. It's indisputable. You have no defense for this one. The price of eggs have fallen drastically, dramatically. And, the price of eggs is not the be-all and end-all metric. However, that is what the left was obsessed with. The price of eggs are so high. Well, now the price of eggs are low. Trump said his tariffs, declared illegal, they weren't declared illegal, wouldn't tax consumers. No, he didn't. He literally didn't. He said there may be a little bit of pain in the short term, but in the long term, this is going to benefit Americans a lot more. So again, you're wrong. Everything that these freaks say is wrong, and they have the audacity to do it as some kind of own against Asmongold. First of all, Asmongold is not MAGA. He's just acknowledging and recognizing that Donald Trump has done some good things. But they can't even give him that. Maybe there's too many crying Karens on social media, so they're afraid of the optics. He's right. He's absolutely right. What Theo Vaughn is like, wow, I'm so devastated by what Trump's doing. I didn't vote for this. The fuck you didn't? What did you think mass deportations meant? No, I thought he meant it in a spiritual sense. He was gonna spiritually talk about mass deportations, man. I didn't think they're actually gonna do it. Well, then fuck you. Then you're an idiot. If you're gonna support a candidate, and you know what I think it is? I think these people on the left, Theo Vaughn is a fucking idiot. I mean, we all admit that. He can be funny, but this guy is a poorly informed retard. And mostly people like him are of the left. The left says they're going to do something and then they don't do it. So he was probably going, well, Trump is just saying that. He's not really going to go through mass deportations. But this is what I voted for. This is what we voted for. We want mass deportations. We want border security. We want him to invoke the Insurrection Act and arrest these Democrat lawmakers, these Democrat judges. We want him to start enforcing the law and get these corrupt people that are siphoning and ruining the system for their own personal gain. We want them to be prosecuted. We want to bring back the metaphorical guillotines and sever these people from the American system. Yes, that is what we voted for. And spineless, pathetic losers who decided, you know what, I'm not okay with it. Yeah, probably because he's getting pressure from his liberal friends. Like, how could you defend ICE? Well, easily. They're enforcing the law. And the people that are opposing him are lawless. And they should be brought to heel. The real question is, how can you defend the Biden administration and Democrats who allowed these rapists and criminals to stay into the country? That is shocking. That is absolutely shocking. Here's the post. Asmongold is causing quite the stir over his, aside from the Epstein stuff, Trump is doing exactly what he said he would do, comment under a Rolling Stone tweet. Even if Trump released the Epstein files, unless it condemned him and other elites, others wouldn't care. Yeah, this is the thing about the left. You have to understand, the left doesn't have principles. They don't have values. They're not decent, intelligent, sympathetic people. These are the most cruel, degenerate, manipulative, low IQ, homunculus, subhuman freaks to ever ooze their way across the planet. These people don't care about Epstein. They don't care about pedophiles. They would allow 10,000, 100,000 kids to get raped publicly if it meant that they could go after their political opponents. If it meant that it destroyed Donald Trump, they would gladly film themselves 100,000 kids being raped. You know it's true. I know it's true. These people are demons. These people have no principles, no morals, no values. The only thing that they want is power. And anything to get power is justified. No lie is too small, no lie is too big. They will lie, manipulate, cheat, steal, kill, do anything to get power. These people are the enemy of the United States, the enemy of the American people, the enemy of civilization. And these people on the left embody the worst of the worst. And it's one of the reasons why I said that abandoning God and abandoning the faith was one of the worst things that we as a civilization could do. Because it allows demons like this to infest the gaps. Asmongold said nothing wrong. He's 100% right. Every one of these freaks that are caterwauling are pathetic. I made this statement here. First of all, who is Dylan Burns? True, I don't know who the fuck this retard is. But second of all, he's a retard. Changed my mind. Part of me feels like he is a little sussy ever since he's been bringing in politics. He seems to have this instigator vibe to him. Well, I mean, that's perfectly fine. Asmongold did go out there. Asmongold is a big boy, you know? But it is interesting how many retards will ooze their way out of the woodwork to try to go after somebody like Asmongold over something that he said that was correct. Third of all, you've got no answers. What he pointed out as well, it's so unbelievable how stupid these people are. Where is he wrong? I've already explained where he's wrong. He's wrong in every single way, every single point. People voted for mass deportations. The fact that Theo Vaughn is now uncomfortable with it means fucking nothing. He's a low IQ retard in a sea of low IQ retards in the comedy space that are currently being absolutely pilloried for going to Saudi Arabia. Now, I've made it abundantly clear, I don't care if they go to Saudi Arabia. I don't care if they go and get paid. Go. Good. Get paid. Go out there and make your money, brother. But if you've spent years shitting on other people for doing that, and then you do it, you're going to get shit on, and rightfully so. But brothers, Asmongold is absolutely right. These fucking retards can whine and complain and bitch and moan and Karen as much as they want. But Asmongold is absolutely fucking right. Donald Trump is doing a phenomenal job, but for the Epstein stuff. The Epstein stuff was a massive blunder. However, let me also say, Trump did not run on releasing Epstein. People in his vicinity did. And I think that's fair to criticize. But at the same time, you have people that say, well, Trump ran on releasing the Epstein files. Look at this. Look at this. You realize Trump ran? No, he didn't. Trump barely mentioned the Epstein files. Trump ran on mass deportations, law and order, securing the border, ending wars, and getting the economy back on track. The Epstein file wasn't even a blip. So that is a pure cope. Trump did not run on releasing the Epstein files. Absolutely fucking not. You are deluded if you think that that's true. Donald Trump has a lot of work to do. He's got these lawless Democrat mayors, governors, judges. I think that Trump has a lot of work to do. He needs to invoke the Insurrection Act, and he needs to get these people the fuck out of here. Yeah. It really should be I'm doing good. I'm doing good things. I voted for this. I'm doing good things. I voted for none of this. Yeah. Ridiculous. Absolutely fucking ridiculous. Absurd. Anyway, brothers, I want to thank you for watching. I want to thank you for supporting the channel. Go show some love for Asmongold. He's getting pilloried by these fucking creeps. These absolute retards. These low IQ, homunculus, degenerate, godless creeps and cretins. These troglodytes. Honestly, these people are some of the dumbest and most pathetic and most irredeemable of anyone that I've ever seen. It's shocking. Brothers, have a great day. God bless you. And I'll see you next time.